Hola mis amores, hello lovelies, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is for what you can expect in the upcoming month of September in your life, love, and career. And for those of you that are returning subscribers, or perhaps you already watched Tarot Picker Cards, then you don't need to watch my entire intro. You already know what to do. Check out the timestamps below this video for a close-up of these 5 beautiful crystals to choose from for your reading. And that way you can just fast forward to your message. But for those of you that don't know me, I'm Velvet Cat, a fashion illustrator and instructor in Los Angeles, with videos sharing my knowledge and inspiration around fashion design, illustration, and entrepreneurship. And now is my newfound passion for tarot, also pick a card collective readings like this one, to provide you with the answers for any questions you might be experiencing in your life, advice messages from the angels that are watching over us, motivation to follow your dreams, and all around empower you in love, career, health, mind, and soul. If you're new to tarot, or perhaps you might have heard of it before but don't know what it is, I'd first like to start by saying that it is not what you would expect. In my 1-year journey of doing tarot, I've come to learn that it is simply just a tool by which those of us that choose to awaken our innate spiritual gifts, since we all have a spiritual connection, but not everyone wants to use those intuitive gifts. But those of us that do, we're doing this so that we can empower you in your life choices and confirm your intuition about what you already know in your life, or to guide lost souls towards their own unique happiness with divine guidance. And by divine guidance, personally for me, that is God, angels, and our spirit guides. But for you, it can be completely different because my channel is free of judgment and welcoming to all that would like to join me in this ripple effect of spreading love and happiness, no matter how tough it is. Each new generation is breaking through destructive cycles of history with awareness, knowledge, and action to bring us all closer together. There are so many ways in which we can do this, and for me, one of those is with tarot. So what is a pick a card video? Well, in a little bit, I'll be showing you a close-up of these crystals so that you can choose from intuitively with what you're feeling, and the message you pick resonates closest to your life, provides you the most helpful insights in your unique journey. And once you have decided on one of these crystals, then you simply can just check out either the pinned comment or description of this video for the timestamps of each crystal, and you just click on the crystal that you chose so that the video fast forwards to your reading. So you're ready to find out what you can expect in the upcoming month of September. Alright, so here's a close-up of the crystals that you can choose from for your September reading. We have Pile 1 with Sodalite, Pile 2 with Amethyst, Pile 3 with Aquamarine, Pile 4 with Pyrite, and Pile 5 with Rose Quartz. Take a moment to breathe in and breathe out. And once you have decided, then you can fast forward the video to your respective message. Hey there, Group 1. This reading is for you if you chose this stunning Sodalite marbleized stripy stone in the blue tones. And now we're going to be looking into your upcoming month of September. Today's reading, I'll be throwing out the cards on the table and then piecing them together into pieces of your life, into stories of your life. So let's see what we're up to. All right, so for the month of September, we are starting with these two cards that do seem a little bit negative. Perhaps in the beginning of the month, since I actually just realized that I divided the reading into 4 parts unintentionally, but it works. And so for the first week of September, since we do have the 8 of Swords and the Moon reversed, that is why I'm sensing that the first week of your month could start a little bit difficult. Like perhaps due to lingering emotions and some type of dilemma that continues forward from the month of August toward September. And so it's having you feeling disillusioned, perhaps. Like that's how you could be starting your month of September. Disillusioned, feeling a little bit of lost hope, perhaps. And even tired of any stagnancy that you could be dealing with, of the fact that this dilemma is continuing. But I don't sense that there's anything to worry about, because then for your second week of September, it changes from that energy towards Queen of Swords and 9 of Pentacles reversed, which are now giving me vibes of you setting down your boundaries, setting your foot down, speaking up. Like that's what the swords are of. It's the element of communication and also being sharp-minded, intellectual. You're starting to look at life with fresh eyes, where you're not going to be letting things just happen in any matter without your control. You want to start taking charge. That's what I'm sensing here with these cards. You're no longer allowing yourself to stay caged like this little bird here, or for others to play with you. And this queen looks fabulous in her couch. She looks content. So towards the second week, since the lingering dilemma or stagnancy or something, emotions perhaps continue on towards September, you finally decide, okay, you're going to take charge. You're not going to let that continue forward any longer. You've had enough. And so for the third week of September, look at this. Then we have 6 of Wands and the Page of Wands. Very empowering cards to have. You start seeing movement. You start seeing changes happen. People are inspired by your leadership. Like let's say you start taking charge at work, where perhaps you might have not been noticed before. Now you decide you're gonna share your ideas. You're gonna put a little bit more effort. And so because of that, you receive some recognition and people are noticing your ideas. This could also be revolving around school if you're in a class, and so you start sharing your ideas there. Or even in your family, like you decide to have a whole new persona about you, like a new vibrancy. And so people are really noticing that. If you have kids, your kids are noticing that. If you're surrounded by friends this third week of September, you're hanging out with them, they're noticing that, they're rooting for you. And perhaps even the ones that aren't meant to stay in your life, they decide to keep their distance because they're feeling insecure with how happy you're suddenly looking, how happy you're suddenly radiating, and how you're taking charge. And perhaps even if you're speaking honestly, they can't handle that, and so they decide to keep their distance, which is good. We don't want to keep those people in our lives if they're going to be just draining us or not working with us, not being supportive, not being happy with us. Instead, you want to make room for those that are, and for those that believe in your journey, and that they will be so inspired, they will even start their own journey. So this third week of September, you could be seeing those true friends and loved ones. You could also be, how I said, receiving recognition at work, being noticed, and for some of you, you could even receive some ideas for a new path in your life. So then towards the end of September, we have the cards here, Death reversed and the Nine of Swords also reversed. See, the Nine of Swords, this is one of overthinking, and you're no longer like that. You're finally able to sleep because you are letting it all out. You're releasing what you've been feeling. You're releasing your ideas that you've been holding back. And so finally, you're not like these people around you. See, look at their faces. They're just tired. They're overwhelmed. And perhaps these were the people around you as well that were draining you. So now that's no longer the case. Now you are able to sleep a little bit more peacefully by the end of September. No longer haunted, like in this image as well, how there's this skeleton, right? This is like the nightmares that we don't like, the fears that are following us everywhere we go. And what I do sense as well with how the Death card is reversed, because the Death right side up, it's a good card to have. It means that you are allowing the transformations to happen. But since it is reversed, I do sense a little bit of hesitancy. You're going forward and you're noticing all of this, you're receiving all of this attention. You're noticing how perhaps there could also still be certain challenges in your way, new challenges, of course, that you have to face. And that's why there could be a little bit of hesitancy by the end of September, wondering if you did the right thing to speak up, if you did the right thing to change course. And the message for that is this beautiful card, Shock of the New. This is your advice. This is your encouragement that yes, it is the right step to take. That of course there will be challenges, but as you go through each one, each new surprise, each new unexpected obstacle, then going through each one and achieving a new lesson or a new reward that you made it through, it's going to make it easier for the next ones and the next challenges and everything new that comes your way. Where perhaps before you might have stuck to more traditional living and not really taking risks or thinking outside the box, putting yourself out front. Doing this is part of life, part of becoming wiser, maturing. And in addition to that, you will also be getting so many new ideas to share, to be noticed for. You will be starting to feel a new sense of aliveness that you hadn't had before. You might even start transforming the way you dress, the way you act around people, and adding in new hobbies into your life. Since we do have in this card the symbolism of music and gardening and even like astrology perhaps. So now we move on to the rest of your oracle messages. We've already covered your tarot week by week, and for oracle messages, they are specifying about love. Since we do have here the yellow jasper that says control issues next to the tanzanite, which says ready to love again. I feel like this could be a message for those of you singles out there, where now that you are transforming yourself and you're separating yourself from not so great people, perhaps even doing some new rituals or new healing activities and striving for what you're really passionate about, then that is opening up your heart with how this says ready to love again. Like also being open to dating. And with the advice for that is that card, the control issues card, where as you do proceed forward with starting to date, you don't want to take any of your past experiences and expectations towards the future, because every person is completely new experience. Every person acts different. Yeah, we have similarities, and we can be mindful of any red flags like disrespect or being ignored or being left hanging. But we want to let go of the past so that we don't try to control the next person that comes in our way out of fear that they'll hurt you. It's better to just keep experiencing these dating relationships with curiosity and getting to know them slowly over time, letting them show you their truth, letting them reveal themselves to you. And same thing with yourself, where you are authentic, you're not hiding your truth. Because if you need to pretend to be something you're not, then how can you build a solid relationship from that? Whereas for others of you that perhaps you're already in a relationship or married, then the person you're with could be the one that has been a little bit controlling over you. And so with this new sense of courage that you are trying out this month of September, then you're trying to figure out how to communicate your needs and how to communicate that they respect you and that they listen to you, which could be why we have the cards Yang and Loyal Heart here reversed. I feel like the advice here is that you don't need to go at it with a harsh mindset of defense, because if you go towards your person with defensive attitude, then of course they're going to also react to it defensively. So instead, you need to keep calm and let them know how cherished they are. You guys are together for a reason. See, it's really cute that you actually got the Loyal Heart card here, since it is a card that reflects a beautiful relationship, that you are in the right relationship. Of course, as long as they're not, physically hurting you, mentally hurting you, then you're in the right relationship, because I sense here that they are willing to listen. It'll just be hard because perhaps that's how they've been taught throughout their life, the way that they've been acting towards you. And so they need to learn to break the habits, right? You can't force them into it. Which also makes me think of how if you've been in a relationship or married for such a long time, that created the habits that will be even harder to break. But it can be done, because anything that you do with your heart can only bring more goodness and more beauty into your life. Now on to the rest of the oracle. We do have here walk in beauty, and you are exactly where you need to be. Didn't I just say that also about your relationship? See, this is confirmation that you are exactly with the right partner. And yeah, there are perhaps certain difficulties you're dealing with, but you can both work through it together to bond even closer. Don't be like the rest of the world that just keeps shoving it away, keeps ignoring things, and nothing ever changes. Take this as a new challenge, a positive challenge that will give you strength and wisdom for the years to come. And how I mentioned, it will get you closer with your partner or towards meeting your true person. And with the walk-in beauty card, that is also reflecting what I said earlier about perhaps doing something new with your whole look. And that in turn also attracts the attention of others, because not only do you have your charismatic personality, your lovable personality, but you also now really radiating in the way you present yourself, really professional or just put together. And if it doesn't involve changing up your look, then it could involve also changing things up in your home, like doing some new decor, moving the furniture around, really making the environment as enjoyable and peaceful as possible for you and for those that are living with you, to feel inspired to be able to take on these new challenges that are coming in your month of September. Because the more zen that we can be, the clearer our minds will be to handle these challenges. And the last card we do have in your reading is this beautiful card, Im Rama, which says, where are you being called to journey to? So this card is here to really encourage you to keep listening to your heart, whether it is for something new career-wise or just as a side hobby to inspire you, to bring a little bit of joy and life into daily routines. Plus, for some of you, if you've been wanting to travel somewhere or move, then this could be what this card is about. That you're feeling this for a reason. Maybe that's where those positive changes will come about. And that's where you can meet your next person if you're single. Or for those of you that are in a relationship, then it could be a sign that you can splurge for yourselves on a little trip, like another honeymoon or something like that for just the two of you, so that you can create new beautiful memories. Because in addition to being able to handle all the responsibilities that you have in life, it's still a blessing to take a break every once in a while. If it's not in your ability, once a year, maybe a little road trip. But if it is in your ability, then to break the repetitiveness of life, to refresh after such a vacation. So that's the reading I got for you. If it resonated, comment down below that you picked this beautiful pile and what you're excited or not excited about hearing. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. I hope you do if you've enjoyed my content. And turn on the notification bells so that you can be updated every time I post a video. Thank you for watching. Hey there, group 2. This reading is for you if you chose this beautiful amethyst cluster. And now we're going to be looking into what you can expect in your life the upcoming month of September, using both tarot and oracle cards to look into your week-by-week basis, along with what else you can expect and advice messages. So let's see what you're up to. Alright, so for your first week of September, we did get the cards 6 of Pentacles reversed, with the World also reversed, and lastly with the 9 of Wands also reversed, which all three together tell me that you could be going one of two ways, because every time that I get all the cards reversed, and by all cards I mean all the cards in one section, like how these three are for your first week of September, then I can take it as, or I pass along messages in two ways, and you take the one that resonates for you. So one of them is that this first week of September, you could be choosing to isolate yourself from the rest of the world, perhaps even taking a break from social media, and doing this for your own well-being, since that Wands card is one of healing, and perhaps you haven't had the time to really take care of yourself. So this week, you do get that chance, and you really take advantage of it, so that you can get back out there and bring it all your best. Either you choose to do this or you're kind of forced into it, but it still works out for you. And then for the other part, the other story, for those of you that didn't resonate with that part, it could be that actually you open up to receive help from others, to receive support, and be able to get back up on your feet with this support. See, with the World card, that takes me over to an online world. Like perhaps you have an online community, and so you could be opening up a fundraiser or one of those websites like a Patreon or Kickstarter where you receive funds, you receive support for something. And with the Six of Pentacles cards, then that is telling me that you do receive a little bit of a boost that becomes super helpful for you. But it doesn't need to be an online thing. It could also be that you open up to friends, to family, since that's also reflected in the World card that does have the elements of like Aquarius, Sagittarius, Taurus, and Leo. These could be friends, these could be family members that have always been there for you, and so they give you a little bit of a boost. And now towards the second week of September, you do have something to celebrate. See, because then we do have the Five of Pentacles reversed and the Three of Cups. The Five of Pentacles would have been one of kind of feeling left behind, feeling left in the cold and not being supported. But then it's reversed, so that's a positive sign, along with the Three of Cups, which is one of, how I said, celebrations and working together with others, or just taking another break, enjoying yourself with loved ones, perhaps even having some time with the people that do support you. Like if it is an online community, then during the second week of September, to show them some gratitude, maybe you host an online webinar where all of you have like a little online party. Or if it's not online, then with the people that supported you in your life, your friends, then you guys gather together, you go out, have some drinks, something like that. That's what I'm seeing for you in the second week of September. Then towards the third week of September, we have the Nine of Wands right side up. So in the beginning of September, we had it, this is the same card, we had it reversed. And that was showing perhaps the feeling of needing to overcome something, needing a little bit of a push to get yourself back up on your own two feet. Or for those of you that were isolating in the first week, then that was allowing yourself the rest time that is needed. So now by the third week of August, whether you receive the support or you allow yourself a break, then you are energized, you are refreshed, you are going on strong. And see, then we have the Six of Swords, movement forward, and Eight of Swords reversed. See, this one here, she is stuck and binded, but it's reversed. So you're overcoming a certain block that you've been experiencing in your life, a block in career, a block in love, whatever block that was draining you. By the third week of September, you're able to make some changes to move forward. Like this could mean that you're leveling up in your career, in your finances, or that you start putting yourself out there in the dating world. And so for the end of September, we have the cards Five of Pentacles again reversed, which is still a good sign, and the Nine of Pentacles reversed. So it looks like this receiving support does continue forward towards the end of September. Like there are lots of people out there, there are lots of resources. Maybe you apply to receive a loan and it works out in your favor. That's what this is about. And with the Nine of Coins being reversed, that is also a good sign, because I see that you are not just splurging everything that comes in. It's not going in and going out. Instead, you are being wise about your money. You're excited to level up and start enjoying yourself in your life, but you're not doing that because you are wiser than that. You know that first you need to invest smartly so that it can multiply, and then you can enjoy yourself. So you're very grateful, very, very much, in this month of September for all the support that comes about. I don't sense here that you're hanging on to a lack type of mentality. And these messages that I've said already with tarot, continue forward with your oracle cards, because then we also have here repeated, look at this, make time for self-care, the Kyanite card. See, that is showing you that the rest you do take in the beginning of the month. For those of you that choose to do so, it is very good for you to refresh and to move forward stronger and clearer minded. Whereas for those of you that perhaps you are starting to take in on new projects with the support that you have, don't forget to keep valuing your well-being mentally, emotionally, and physically as well. So the other message that does repeat is how I'm talking about having all the support around you, because then look at this. You have the card Soul Family. That is showing your soul tribe, whether online or offline, like with friends and family, and even spiritually, for those of you that are connected with your spirit guides and angels. They seem to be really guiding you so that you don't feel alone. They are showing you how not alone you are. And here as well with the Anna, Grandmother of Jesus card, I do sense that a lot of you have been praying or have been working with a goddess or have been doing rituals, manifestation rituals, and this month it is all bubbling up so well that you're seeing those manifestations happen. Like how this card says, seeding the lights, laying down the foundations. And so then with that, we do also have these very empowering cards talking about this transformation that I just said, with how it says overcoming obstacles. See, you are definitely overcoming everything that you've been experiencing, and now you are transforming. This month is one of things leveling up, how I was saying, you really shining and finding new ways, or not finding new ways, living a whole new life. Your new life, your new part of your book is starting now. And I feel like a lot of you perhaps might have sensed this, especially if you watched my annual pick a card, the one for 2021. There was a reading there that talked about September being life-changing for those of you that picked that reading. See right here, this is reflecting that as well. And this card here also, taking shelter, now is showing that perhaps as you are transforming and receiving this new financial support and abundance, then you are ready to start planning for moving. Like if you've been wanting that, or either moving or traveling, like since how this has the cold weather looking environment here, then perhaps by this winter, could be a time for you to be able to move or to travel. You'll get that opportunity that you've been trying to manifest. All of these cards are basically just repeating the same things, because then we have here also message in a bottle reversed and a new life. See, once again here with this could mean that you are starting a new job or working with a new big client or the next level of a relationship. And the reason the message in the bottle could be reversed is because it's something you've already known. It's not news for you. Like perhaps in the month of August, that's where things were happening. And so in September, the foundations are now being set. Kind of like building a house. So the strategizing, the planning part has already happened. And now we're putting down the bricks and all the whatever pieces of a house are to get the house built upwards. So with this final oracle card that says listening for truth, I feel like this is a reminder to keep listening to your intuition. With how we have Soul Family and Anna, Grandmother of Jesus card here, and the Transformation Phoenix card, I sense that you are very highly intuitive or spiritual. And I say or because intuitive doesn't need to be spiritual, and spiritual could mean any type of beliefs that you have. But you have this vibe here where you do communicate with the universe or your angels and spirit guides, and you've been putting in the work to work on yourself throughout this entire year by listening to your guides and by listening to your heart. So keep on doing that. You're on the right track. I don't see here any messages that are like of a sudden surprise, like a sudden income coming in or a sudden love offer. I don't see that. I see that you've definitely been working on it nice and slow, patiently with faith, which is why the message here, so keep on doing that. I don't feel like I really need to give you much advice. And I will end your reading here. That's what I got for you. If it resonated, comment down below that you picked this pile and what you're excited or not excited about hearing. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. I hope you do, so that others can also find my channel and receive this inspirational guidance. And also turn on the notification bell so that you can be notified every time I post. Thank you for watching. Hey there, group 3. This reading is for you. If you chose the aquamarine, beautiful stone here, and now we're going to be looking into your upcoming life, which you can expect this month of September. We'll be using tarot and oracle to look into your week-by-week basis and then receive some confirmation and guidance with the oracle cards. So let's see what you're up to. So for your first week of September, you got the cards Page of Pentacles reversed and the Three of Cups also reversed. And what these tell me is that perhaps there is a bit of, there could be a postponement, like a postponement of your plans, whether you were planning to see friends or celebrate someone's birthday or some type of small but special event. And so this event, either it's postponed or you're not able to make it because of how we do have the Page of Pentacles reversed. That one I also take as someone that was about to go traveling somewhere. And so you don't go traveling either because something gets in your way and so you're not able to attend this event, this gathering, or they cancel and that's why you don't go on this trip. I don't know if this is something you were looking forward to, or perhaps you might have wanted it to be canceled, but that's what I sense for the first week of September. Some plans look like they're not going to happen. Then towards the second week of, or also perhaps you do still celebrate, but it's more of an indoor type of thing. You don't go out, you don't go crazy. It's a small gathering. That's another idea that I did, or another message that I did receive. Now, for your second week of September, we do have here the Nine of Swords and the Eight of Pentacles. So these two cards, first of all, the Nine of Swords is a card that is pretty stressed out. And with it being next to a Pentacles card, perhaps it involves your work. Like maybe the plans are canceled because of work, and by the second week you're feeling really frustrated with your work, like why does this have to happen, and why can't you just take a break, and perhaps you're overthinking it, not being able to sleep. Something is in your way from being able to breathe or even to enjoy yourself, to reap the rewards of how hard you've been working. And if it's not something outside of you that is blocking you, then for some of you, I do sense that it could be yourself that is not allowing you time to take a break and breathe if you feel like you need to work, or else something bad could happen. So we'll get some clarification there, some additional oracle messages with the cards towards the end after the tarot. But now, for your third week of September, we do have the Page of Pentacles once again reversed. So see, it does look like another plan might be canceled. And we have that with the card Ace of Swords. And what I get from this is that perhaps if it is an outside influence that is blocking your way, you decide to take the sword and speak up, because swords are a card, an element of communication and standing your ground. But if it's not an outside influence and it's you that's perhaps overthinking the situation, then someone could actually kind of like slap you awake. That's what I get from this card, where they get you to really realize how much power you do have, how much ability you have to really do what you truly want. So this could even be in the form of getting a spark of idea, or getting some type of answer that helps you move things forward. Because then for your fourth week of September, we do have here the Queen of Pentacles. And she is clarified by the Wheel of Fortune reversed, which gives me a sense of how you might have wanted for some changes. But with this certain image, as you can see, it looks a bit cluttered and like stuck in the web and doing so many different things. So you do get to change things up, but now perhaps by the end of September they could get a little overwhelming, a little bit more than you can handle. But from most of you, I do get the feeling that no matter what, you're excited about this. You've wanted it, no matter how difficult it is. You're willing to invest the time and effort and even finances into it to make it happen. And for some of you, this answer does come from an outside person that they have the finances to be supportive to you. They're someone caring and they see your potential. So then they offer to work with you, and it looks like it's going to be really tough, a lot of work, but you can handle it. I know you can. This is part of your journey, because then for your oracle cards, first of all, we start with the Unbound card that says releasing soul patterns and contracts and past lives. So by taking on a little bit of risk, by taking action in changing things up and speaking up, then you are unbinding yourself from whatever has been holding you back, including fears, including overthinking. And you are being encouraged here to listen to what you're really passionate about, because with that comes your purpose. See, we do have here the Passion and Purpose card. And I feel that you know what you're passionate about, that you know what type of purpose you want to dedicate yourself to, but perhaps you've put it to the side. And you are being encouraged here to no longer do that, to take on this yang masculine energy, fire it up, and you'll see changes coming, because you already know how to choose wisely. See here with the Answers Are Within card. You are someone with lots of knowledge, lots of experience, or if it's not you, it's the people around you that can guide you. As long as you listen to your passion, as long as you choose your excitement, your enthusiasm for making something happen, rather than allowing fear to stop you. Like, which one would you rather win? Enthusiasm, making things happen, figuring it out, or fear and not doing anything and wondering what if, right? And that is also reflected in your last oracle card that says here, defend to the end the worthwhile. See, this is like calling you to take that action no matter what. Kind of like the celebrities that became famous when they were older. They never gave up. And that's why, even though it did take a long time, they still made it. It's still worth it to go for what your heart is calling you to do. Whether that is something that you're passionate about in your career creatively, or if it is involving helping others as well. Since the defend card does making me think of helping with justice for society, for animals, for the environment, anything like that, an important cause outside of yourself. There seems to be a bit of a struggle this month of September for you, where you're choosing whether to move forward or not, whether to speak up or not, and whether to take certain risks or not. Maybe to figure out the answers, you might need to spend some time, whether it is one day of this month that you dedicate all to yourself, or if it's like 10 minutes a day of journaling and really getting your thoughts out, your feelings out, and even of trying new things or discovering them online, like through online courses and YouTube content, to see what sparks your interest. This month of September is important for you to spend time on you, for you to figure yourself out, for you to work on a passion project that comes to mind, and to put aside any of the people that could be pessimistic in your life or that are distractions. It's okay to spend one month of your life distancing yourself, so you can gain clarity, get to know yourself, feel stronger, feel wiser, and get back to life even more active, even more charming, and inspiring those around you. Kind of like your own little bit of self-therapy. I still encourage therapy if you need it, but you can still do a little bit of effort yourself as well to at least get the ball rolling. And that's the reading I got for you. If it resonated, comment down below that you picked this pile and what you're excited or not excited about hearing. I hope you also like and subscribe to my channel so that others can find my content and be inspired for their own lives. And don't forget to turn on the notification bell too, so that you can receive the notifications of when I post upcoming videos. Thank you for watching. Hey there, Pile 4. This reading is for you if you chose this beautiful pyrite stone. And so now we're going to be looking into what you can expect in your life this upcoming month of September, starting with tarot for your weekly base messages, and then oracle for some confirmation on details, confirmation on intuition, and final guidance. Let's see what you're up to. So for your September, in the beginning, starting with week 1, you did get the card Knight of Swords with the Knight of Wands reversed. So I'm getting a vibe here that perhaps in the first week you could be dealing with someone that is kind of opposing you. Since the Knight of Wands, when it is reversed, it does become a sort of negative energy. You could be this person that is the Knight of Swords, which is someone that you speak your truth, you're honest with whoever you talk to, whether that be friends, family, coworkers, anyone that you work with, you're direct. That's how you talk. And you tend to see things a little bit differently than the rest of the world. You have a higher intellect and understanding, a higher common sense. So when people come your way where they're not using their common sense, that can get pretty irritating. And that's what I'm sensing here with the first week, that there seems to be someone that wants to kind of test you. Test your leadership perhaps, or just test you in your values and kind of like compete with you. And there seem to be very impulsive people, not really the type to think, more of they just react and they're just fighting for I don't even know what reasons. They probably don't even know what reasons, they're just letting it out on you. And I don't see that there's anything you need to worry about here, because you, how I said, you have a higher intellect. Why let your energy be sucked away into this little pettiness? And not only that, but I feel like you could also have a soul tribe behind you, watching you, guiding you, or even people that also believe in you in the 3D world. Like they see your talents, they see your potential, your leadership, and so they stand by you. So they notice the person that is just being petty, and like you don't want to lose your status because of this one individual, right? That's the energy that I'm getting here for the first week of September. And then for your second week of September, we have the Page of Pentacles with the King of Swords reversed and the Magician. So these show once again how talented you are. The Magician is such a powerful card. It is someone resourceful, intelligent. They hustle to get things going. They know what they want and they won't stop until they get it. You're highly driven. So you have that Magician power, and perhaps in this second week of September, you are toning things down a little bit, like kind of putting aside your leadership position, whether that be at work or even in your family, how maybe you're the person that leads the family. And in the second week of September, you could be toning it down a little bit so that in turn you have some time for helping someone else, someone that is not as leveled up as you are, someone that is not as wise as you are. Like you could be mentoring them, or you could be working with them in a project, creating something together so that they can become more independent. That's what I'm sensing here with the second week. And since we have the King of Swords reversed, it is showing a little bit of empathy that you're having towards this individual. You could also be believing in them the way that your spirit guides or your team believes in you, and how others have seen your talent, your drive, and your power. So it could involve just mentoring, or it could involve also helping them financially. And then for the third week of September, we have here the Four of Pentacles, which, as you can see here, it's one of rest. And she is holding her face kind of like if she's sick. So perhaps in the third week of September, you could be resting due to something like illness, just temporary. It's not anything serious, or something just, there's a reason why you need to take a break. Like whether, let's say, it's a surgery or the after effects of giving birth if you had a baby recently. And with that card, we do have the Page of Pentacles once again, but this time it's reversed. So now I'm hearing here that in addition to having to put aside not only your leadership position temporarily, your mentorship as well for others, putting that aside temporarily. But whatever new projects you might have also been wanting to start, or new clientele you might have been wanting to work with, for this third week of September, you're putting that aside as well. Taking a break from your work and your responsibilities for this resting time, for your well-being. And finally, for the fourth week of September, you have here the Judgment card along with the Fool reversed. So with that, I do sense that whatever you had to put aside can get back on track, and whatever has been postponed, like if you've been working on a project or working with a client for such a long time, then by this end of September, it gets completed. Especially since you gave it time to be completed. And I don't see you starting anything new either by the end of September, since we have the Fool reversed. But I do feel like you could be receiving a new spark still, because that's what the Judgment card is also about. It's like hearing a calling and wanting to go for it, feeling that drive once again for something new, even if right now you're not starting it. Perhaps even as an additional source of income. I sense here that you have multiple projects, multiple passive incomes. You are highly experienced. And if you're not highly experienced, like you're not a leader in your field, then let's say you're starting, like you're learning new things in school, in courses, then this is just another step where you're leveling up, like adding on to your knowledge. For example, going from your first year of college to second year of college, or completely different for some of you, in which let's say you were a teacher. Now you decide by the end of this month of September that you actually want to try something else that is still in your field of knowledge. So you're not a complete amateur. And for your oracle messages, we do have here new birth, guarded vigilantly. Beautiful card. This could be reflecting that what I said about some of you having a baby recently, and so now you're spending that time taking care of your baby, taking care of your well-being, getting yourself back on track. And if it's not a baby, if it's, let's say, something in your career or something of interest like hobbies, then perhaps it's some type of idea that you're still holding on to. Like how I said, maybe you get that spark this month, but you don't start it yet because maybe you might feel you don't want others to take it. So you're being very mindful of who you talk about this idea with. Perhaps seeking others that could be of value to making this idea happen. And along with that, we do have here the card Play, which says here, have fun, celebrate, and don't be too serious. So in addition to being a hustler in your field, making things happen, and in addition to really being dedicated to your leadership position or your teaching position, you still want to allow yourself time to have fun, time to enjoy the little things of life that give life meaning besides work. Maybe that is what you're actually doing. Maybe you're someone that does have a good balance of work life and also playtime. And there could be some celebrations you're having this month of September, especially during that third week where you're resting. Maybe if you're not sick, if you're just resting for refreshment, then that's where you also take some time for yourself to enjoy a few drinks or some tea or something fun in nature with your loved ones, in nature or in amusement environment. I feel here that you are someone very blessed, highly blessed, because of how we have two very lucky cards. Here, this one, Miracles, says expect the wondrous to emerge. And then you've got Serendipity. So with these, the messages could be about how, yes, you are blessed, and always remember that. Always remember to be grateful so that more of it can keep coming your way. In addition to that, how it's saying expect the wonders to emerge. And the serendipity card is flowing with the leaves. I do get the vibe that you also need to keep or to practice a little bit more of listening to your intuition, because perhaps you could have so many ideas and you don't know which one to do, and you might fight it whenever you're not able to do your ideas. But even breaks are signs, even rests is important for your path. Everything we experience can teach us a lesson and can help us redirect. So whatever happens, be happy about surprises. Be ready for the unexpected. That's what gives life beauty and excitement. And lastly, we do have some love cards here. We've got the Rose Quartz Love Life card and the Titanium Rainbow Quartz Multifaceted card. So this could be talking about how you're in a blessed relationship. If you are in a relationship or you're married, then this has been fate. That you are in the right place, you are with your right person, and together you're going to create great things. Whereas for those of you that are single, then it looks like with the multifaceted card that there are unclear answers still happening for you this month of September. And once again, with the unexpected surprises, perhaps that is something that could happen this month. It doesn't mean that it will, where you meet your person, but it could happen where you actually meet your person in like a storybook setting, something that nobody could believe, because it is being aligned for you. Similarly to your career, perhaps you might notice in your career that things happen very fluidly and they just always work out. Even if there's difficulties, the answers always come to you, and so they always work themselves out. You meet the right people, you make the right decisions, you receive the right support, and that's a similar message to your love life, where perhaps you happen to be invited to the right event by the right person, and that's how you meet your person. So you're being encouraged here to be open to all of this to make it possible. And that even if it doesn't happen this month, the more you release the need for it to happen, the more open you are for letting things surprise you, the closer, the quicker it'll happen. There is more happening behind the scenes than you can know. Plus, once again, for those of you that are married or in a relationship, I sense here that there are so many layers to your relationship that is growing stronger in a foundation, stronger in bond, stronger in family values to withstand time. And if you're single and dating, then with the multifaceted card also, I do get the message that you want to keep an open mind about who this person could be. Whether you do meet them through some type of coordinated event or via online, then they could surprise you because they have many more layers than you know of by just meeting them the first time. Let them reveal their truth to you. So that's the reading I got for you. If it resonated, comment down below that you picked this pile and what you're excited or not excited about hearing. Also, I hope you like and subscribe so that other viewers can find my channel and receive inspiring insights that can guide them in their journeys. And if you enjoyed my video, I hope you turn on the notification bell so that you can stay notified of my upcoming videos every time I post. Thank you for watching. Hey there, group 5. This reading is for you if you chose this beautiful rose quartz. And now we're going to be looking into what you can expect in your life this upcoming month of September. Starting with tarot to look into your week by weekly messages, and then with oracle for some additional guidance and confirmation for the details we cover with tarot. So let's see what we have for you. So I feel like this group is those of you that have been struggling pretty hard, either during the pandemic or for a few years now, or more than a few years. And so the messages that I'm about to read are, you already know what they are. You already are expecting this to happen in September. So don't come at me if there's anything so negative and you're like, no, that's not true. Then that could mean, if you're saying it's not true, that could mean that it's not your pile. But if it is, then you will know for sure. So for the first week of September here, we have the 9 of Swords reversed with the Queen of Swords also reversed. And I sense here that in the beginning of the month, you are starting it with a fresh set of expectations, a fresh view on life, and perhaps even leaving behind certain negative energies, certain negative friends, certain negative mindsets. Like you could be working on yourself and allowing yourself time to rest during any stagnancy that you could be dealing with, so that you're able to sleep at night, so that you're not overthinking and having nightmares all the time. And then towards the second week of September, we have the 2 of Wands reversed along with the Hermit. This could mean that perhaps you choose to separate yourself from something, either your work, or you could be moving so that you are able to completely distance from the negative people that you're not vibing with in your life. And you could be choosing to isolate yourself to reconsider your choices and your life, because you could be feeling unfulfilled and lost and wondering, why do things keep going wrong? Why have you not figured it out? Why have you not been accomplished, reached the level of sustainable income, sustainable love, a level of security that you've so long fought for? These are the things that I see you contemplating during the beginning of the month of September. Then towards the third week of September, it does look like it could take you down because of how we have the Moon card reversed and the 8 of Swords. See how she's stuck and binded here? So you do get back to overthinking it. I feel like perhaps you're trying to get yourself out, like how I said in the beginning of September, you're overcoming certain things and you've been able to learn and heal and start fresh. But by the third week of September, you kind of go back to your old habits and your old mindset, and you're back to feeling down about yourself with negative beliefs going on in your mind, keeping you up at night again. For some of you, I even sense that this is actually not you. This is your surrounding energies. There could be different ways, whether it is in the physical 3D with the people around you. If you're not able to distance yourself from certain negative people, then their thoughts, their feelings, their negativity is impacting you if you're empathic. Or in the spirit, like if you do tend to hang on to your negative thinking, then the spirits around you could be getting attracted to that, and then it just multiplies even more how you're feeling. So to break out of that, you can take a little bit of time once again to heal, to get them away, maybe even through prayer, since we do have the card here of spiritual community. And we'll get into that a little bit with that spiritual card and the time for self-care card, and also the Unbound. Yeah, there seems to be things that you're still not able to shed, because if you give in to your negative thoughts, how I said, then those negative energies surround you, they cloud you, and it can get harder to get out. Kind of like if you are in a group of friends, and let's say you think of something that you don't like, something that annoys you about your environment, and so you speak it out. So you speak out what annoyed you, and then your other friend agrees with you, and then they start being pessimistic, and then the other friends start being pessimistic, and everyone is just in this loophole of negativity. Now, how are you going to get out of it, right? This is what I'm referring to with the spiritual world, and how there are multiple dimensions that we don't see. There are other spirits around us, and when you start thinking that negativity, then they will come your way. And even if you don't see them, even if it's not actual people, you're still feeling that you're going down that loophole as well, which isn't benefiting you. There are actually videos online on how you can get rid of these spirits, and that is also what the card Unbound is about right here. I know I said I would cover this at the end of the tarot, but I just really need to say it right now. This card here that you got, the Oracle message, Unbound, releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. See, it looks like there are certain lessons you're still not learning, and certain attachments to negative beliefs, negative energies that you're not able to break free from. Like how you see in that image, they're tied down. And you can choose to cut them off. As soon as you notice yourself thinking negatively, you could shift that mindset to saying, it's not me, it's these negative spirits, shoe spirits, something like that. I don't know, whatever works for you. And how I said, there are videos online that can help you with cutting cords and breaking those negative patterns. So then towards the last week of September, we have the Temperance card reversed and the Star card reversed. See, if you allow yourself to go down this loophole, then towards the end of the month, the entire month is just going to be ruined. You started out so great. Are you going to, now that you're hearing this message, are you going to allow it to go dark and negative due to perhaps any impatience you might be feeling in how you're not where you want to be? Or any comparison you could be doing with your worth and the people around you or the people you see online. This is very unhealthy, and it's not benefiting you because you have star quality. The star is someone with so much purity that can be shared with the world, that can benefit others, that can benefit the people you work with and your family if you were to just break yourself free. And I know you're probably thinking, I didn't choose this, but even if you didn't choose those things to happen, you can choose how you react to them. And you can choose how you want to view your today, your tomorrow, your rest of your life, and how you want it to carry forward. Because like I said, you have such a star quality. This is someone that has charisma, someone that is lovable, someone that could be playful as well and share and has knowledge when you really make an effort. Someone that also cares for animals, and I always value you as someone amazing if that is you. If you value animals, you are most definitely cherished in my heart and in the divine's heart and in the universe's heart. They want to be there for you if you allow them to, if you communicate with them as well through prayer. And I always only recommend through prayer because to me that is the safe way to communicate with the universe and the divine. Prayer and manifestation, since it can be dangerous to try to talk to the spirits yourself. So now, as I was saying with the Unbound card and the spiritual card, this is what they are. You've got the Oracle Angel messages of spiritual community and self-care. So this is what can help you also break free from any negativity and falling back into your cycles. Continue taking care of yourself, your well-being, your mind, your physical health, your happiness with what brings you joy. Since we've only got one life and one body, why not cherish it the way you cherish the things that you love, or even more, making a little bit more effort. And I sense here that perhaps you might not want to believe in a religion, so I would say you don't have to. I would say you could still be spiritual, you could still be connected with the universe without a religion, because God doesn't have a religion. That is just a human construct. Instead, do things your way. Connect with the universe your way. Start communicating, how I said, with prayer and meditation, like speaking out loud what it is that you need help with and the answers you'd like revealed, because they can't read your mind, but they can hear you. So that is why speaking it out loud, writing it down can be really helpful to be heard and to receive the guidance needed. You can even ask for your pain to be taken away and cleanse it away with either crystals or water. And going into a spiritual community with people that know how to do these things, whether it is as an actual network like through a Facebook group or on Instagram, or if it's just like you watch this community on YouTube, for example, absorbing spiritual knowledge, this can benefit you in your healing and your understanding of the universe and purpose of life. Especially with YouTube, once you start looking into one thing, it will recommend you over to new things and more channels that you can learn from, and compare and contrast what is everyone saying, what is being repeated, what makes sense to you deep in your heart. If you do know anyone that is already spiritual, perhaps you can also ask them what are their tips. And how I said that your spirit guides, the universe wants to help you, they are always there around you. Your angels are always around you. They're ready to listen as long as you ask, because they will not impose themselves on you. And lastly, we do have the cards. What you want wants you. See, look at that. With, like, let's say you want to do something that your career is not in, like hair or jewelry or surfing. Why not try it out? See, right next to that card, we have the Vast Vistas, Expand Your Horizons card. It's encouraging you to try those things, even if it's not for career, at least for enjoyment, for inspiration, for a new lust for life, and to finally take care of yourself. Get yourself out of the box, out of your room, out of your house, so that the dark clouds around your head can go away and you can start listening to your angels and guides. Then with the last card, we do have Poised right here. And this one is an angel looking card, similar to the Angelite card right here. See, showing once again that you are surrounded by angels. Plus how I said about you having charisma, perhaps once you're going out there trying out those new hobbies, you will make new friends because of how lovable you are. Let's see actually what the card says in the book. I feel like perhaps it could have a message for you from that one card. 48. So this one says, being ready, bringing something to light, being at your best and confident. See, as you expand your horizons and you try out these hobbies with curiosity, your confidence will grow. Your self-worth will grow. And it also says, you can be assured that you're ready for anything right now. You know what you need to. Your skills are sharp. You've come to this place armed with wisdom and knowledge, and you sense a new phase of your life about to begin. People respond to your confidence and trust you. This is an auspicious time to begin new things. You have every reason to feel confident. So that's the reading I got for you. If it resonated, comment down below that you picked this pile and what you're excited or not excited about hearing. I also hope that you like and subscribe to my channel so that others can also find these insights that can help them in their lives. And I hope that you turn on the notification bell so that you don't miss my videos every time I post. Thank you for watching.